Hi, this is Teresa with Little Trees Treasures, and I have a finished object and an almost finished object, a whip, and happy mail! Yay! So I'm going to start out with my finished object. This is a bag, a project bag. I started sewing it quite a while ago. It's been sitting, unfortunately, for a while. And it's Spider-Man on the outside. I made this for my second oldest daughter. And on the inside, I have these ninja gnomes or whatever. Here, let's see if I can. Aren't they cute? Oh my gosh. I love it. They're just so funny and fantastic. I love it. So there's all those guys in there, just a bunch of different little ninja guys in there with the little gnome hats. And then after I got it together, I realized I didn't put a pocket inside. I didn't put anything on to do a drawstring. So the other night, I did it by hand instead of by machine because usually the time I have to craft is when everybody's sleeping. So I did not want to be using my sewing machine, which is loud, while everybody else is trying to sleep. So I had this little bit of leftover red from when I made the Harry Potter project bag for Lisa at Happy to Hook. So I made little things for the ribbon to go through and just sewed them to the top because I was like, am I gonna, it's already kind of a smallish bag, so yeah. And then just to keep it interesting and fun, I used Minion ribbon, and there's just a bunch of different little minions on there. They're just so cute. So cute. So Minions and Spider-Man and Ninja Gnomes. And that's gonna be her project bag. I told her she had to wait till I filmed it so that she could have it. And tonight I'm just sitting in my comfy chair here, so excuse my awesome pajama pants since it's almost 4 a.m. This is close to my normal bedtime. I stay up to wake my hubby up for work so that he gets to work on time because he actually starts work at 4 a.m. So I usually, I live in Minnesota, so Central Standard Time, so I'm usually like awake when people on the other side of the world are awake instead of when people on this side of the world are awake. So excuse the rustling. I took it out of the outside bag that she sent, because it had addresses and stuff on it. But this is the bag that was inside. It was very cute. And this is my Yarny Happy Mail. I won one of the prizes from the Cakewalk Cow, which was hosted by Ella with the No Catchy Name podcast, and Unseen Strands, Mo, and I won on Mo's Ravelry thread. So in here she's got a cute little note explaining everything to me, and sorry, Russell. this is the candy shop cake that I won. I believe that that's pretty close to like the same as a sweet roll. 5 ounces, 260 yards, I do believe. I was gonna say I think I have a sweet roll yarn band close, but I don't. So it's a 4 medium worsted weight, 5.5 hook, machine wash cold, tumble dry. Awesome. And the color name is Gummy Bear. So awesome. 100% acrylic, Premier Yarns, Candy Shop. I've never seen this type of yarn before, Candy Shop. So I was super excited to win and be able to try this out, and look at how beautiful it is. She was super nice, and kind of gave me options, and I absolutely love blues and greens, and so this is gonna be super awesome to work with. So I'm very excited about that. I can't wait. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna make with it so that I can do that. So then also in there she had a couple extra items, and there's this fantastic zipper pouch. Tacos, num. We love tacos here. So yes, my kids are totally jealous. They're like, Mom, you have a taco bag. Like, yes, I have a taco bag. And then there's some awesome little items in here. So she made me a scrubby, which this is awesome. I'm totally putting this in the kitchen after this video so that it can get used. I do not have one like this at all. So it will be great to, you know, get some of those tough spots. Because I know when we do have to hand wash things, there's sometimes, you know, those tough spots. So that is awesome. Thank you, Mo. And then in here, she sent, there's 3 stitch markers in there, 2 purple clip ones with the beautiful little gems on them. Look at how cute those are. And then a cake one. Yay! Because, you know, cake walk cow. So that's awesome. I am totally looking forward to putting these in my stitch marker rotation. I'm going to be doing that after this video also because I love my stitch markers. And there's one more thing in here, and these are just gorgeous. Mo, I don't know if you made these, but oh my gosh, they are just gorgeous. I kind of don't even want to take them out of there. They're so pretty. I showed them to the kids, and the kids were like, oh my God. She said that since I have 4 daughters, there's one for me and one for each of them, which is totally 110% absolutely sweet and amazing. I know that it's tough to, you know, try and remember, you know, so-and-so has this many kids and da-da-da-da, and it's tough when you're, you know, trying to do a swap or something and try and include everybody, you know, but this was such a fantastic idea, and thank you. The girls also say thank you. They are totally excited. They wanted to rip open the bag right away and steal them. They were just like, "Ooh, those are for us." You know, yeah. So we'll have to decide who gets which color. But again, thank you, Mo. I totally appreciate everything. I will be putting all of these wonderful items to use. as soon as possible. The yarn may take a little bit longer because I want to make sure that I make a really awesome thing with it. So I have to decide what that awesome thing is going to be. So the other day, I seen that a lot of people were posting, hey, Aldi has yarn. I was like, here in the States, Aldi has yarn? Since when? So I went, I got 3. This one is the gray. I have 1 cream and 1 navy. And this is just a very nice dark, almost like a charcoal. And it's so soft. It's like the Lion Brand Hometown. It's so equivalent to that. I made a Afghan last year in the homespun for my in-laws, and they absolutely love that blanket, and I loved making it. It's so warm and cozy and just soft. And anyways, so the hat and the scarf that I usually wear is actually I'm wearing the hat right now. I can show you. So my mother-in-law got me the Caron Simply Soft in the is it the tweed or whatever? So it's got these little flecks in there. This lighter gray color, and she got me 2 skeins of that, and I last year for Christmas. So I made a big infinity scarf, and then I wanted to make a hat to go with it, but I was running out of yarn, so I went to the store to try and find more of this light gray yarn, and I couldn't find it, so I ended up finding this charcoal color, and I got a skein of that. So this is the hat. It's a big slouchy beanie hat, which I, when the weather starts turning cold or whatever, I am always bundling up. I am always cold. Yeah, even in the house, I bundle up. So I discovered the other day when it was super chilly outside and the wind was blowing that I love this Caron Simply Soft, and it's so soft and wonderful and everything, but the wind goes right through it. And when it gets colder and the weather changes and it's windy in Minnesota, let me tell you, it's cold. We might as well be in Canada. So, I decided I was going to make myself a hat with it, and it's so soft and wonderful. I just did like a classic beading. It took me a little while to figure it out because I've never made a hat with chunky yarn before. So, and I don't know if you can tell, but I did do front post, back post, ribbing here at the bottom. I don't know if you can even tell that in the video. I don't know. Anyways, so I did front post, back post, for a few rows here at the bottom. And then I did in the half double, which all of this is half double. And then I did a row of single crochet from post, back post. And all I need to do is like tie it off. I am at my beginning / end. So here's my stitch marker holding it in because I am using a size N 9mm hook with this. And I like the boy hooks. I always tend, this is what I learned to use when I started crocheting, and I'm a tight crocheter. So the fact that it's more rounded and stuff, it helps, you know, pull it off the end. Because this does say to use an 8mm, but since I crochet tight, I went up to a 9mm, and it's, you know, a lot better. The 8mm was not working out. I had to start and rip and start and rip and start and rip this hat I don't know how many times to finally like get it. But you know, it's you know, a learning process. So I was excited when I kind of figured it out, and now it's done. So I need to finish it off, weave the ends in, and then I want to make a neck warmer or a scarf or something to match it in this nice chunky soft yarn, and then I'll be able to try it out, wear it outside next time I have to go out, which is tomorrow. I have to go drop off a kid. Fridays and Sundays are always kid swap days. The oldest is 19, or will be 19 in December. The second oldest is 16. The second youngest, because there's 4 girls, is 13. And she'll be going to her biological father's house this weekend. And then the next weekend, we will be picking up the youngest, who's 12, and she'll be spending the weekend with us. So kind of how the family goes is, I don't know, it's kind of a really long story. I'll try and make it very short because my videos can't be super long because of my phone. But so my oldest daughter, her biological dad was extremely abusive and controlling, and he tried to kill us, both of us, when she was 10 months old. She was 2.5 months preemie, and, you know, so I mean, there were already struggles and everything going on. So it was just a bad relationship, had to get out of it, you know. And she stopped talking to and seeing her dad many years ago. And that was her choice. Then the 16-year-old, her biological father left when I was 3 months pregnant with her, and he tried to insist that I give her up for adoption. I almost did, but I did not. I kept her, and I am glad I kept her, and I love her, and I make her give me hugs every day because mom tax. Mom tax is a thing in my house. I'll have to tell you about mom tax at some point. My youngest daughter's biological father, so the second youngest, sorry, the 13-year-old, her dad is a pathological liar. So yeah, that didn't go very well, since I don't like liars or lying or anything of that sort. I already have enough trust issues and everything. I don't need people lying to me. So that kind of ended that. And the youngest, the 12-year-old, lives with her biological mom. And biologically, that's my husband's daughter. The older 3 are mine, and the youngest one is his biologically. We are not legally married. I don't know if we will ever get legally married, but to me, he's my husband. to him, I am his wife. That's just the way it is. We just treat our relationship as such. And we don't need a piece of paper to prove, how much we care about each other. So, yeah, it's a little bit about my family in a nutshell. I was gonna show you also my progress on, I gotta reach it. There's my fancy bag. Fancy. I'm sure you guys recognize this bag because this is my bag from Debbie, and I'm gonna try and do this one-handed. I did it. Yay. Okay. Oh shoot, I should have put a stitch marker on where I was when I showed you guys last. Oh, I can't spread it out very great on my lap, but I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna try. So this is my virus shawl. I've been getting a few questions about it, so I figured I would kind of pull it out and show everybody again. I am using a J-hook, and this is the Lion Brand Shawl in a Ball, and it's 58% cotton, 39% acrylic, 3% other fibers, 5.3 ounces, 481 yards. It's considered a 4 medium, but the actual yarn itself is a lot thinner than that. But it's got this gorgeous halo, and it's very, very soft. It's machine wash, lay flat to dry. The recommended hook size is actually a J, which is a 6 millimeter. So I'm using the recommended size, even though I crochet tight. But I figured since this isn't like a true worsted, it's very thin, that it would be fine to use a J hook even with my tight stitches, and it's turning out just fine. It's very soft. This yarn is just awesome. I am loving it. So if you get the chance, give it a try. This color is called Peaceful Earth. Peaceful Earth. And I got, I don't have a lot of money that I can dedicate to, buying yarn and having a big yarn stash, even though I have a decent sized yarn stash. So I have to look for the deals. I would have not been able to try Shawl in a Ball if it hadn't been on clearance at Walmart a while back. So I ended up getting, I don't remember how many, maybe like 9 skeins or something like that. I don't know. I got 2 of most of the colors that I got, and then this one I got 3 of the same color. So we'll have to see what I end up doing with the rest of them. But I am liking working with this yarn. It's very soft. It's nice to work with. Haven't had any issues. Haven't had any issues as a tight crocheter using the recommended hook size. Like with the hat, it's, recommended at 8 millimeter, and I'm using a 9 millimeter. So, because it's a hat, I don't want it to be like a helmet on my head. I don't want it to have no flexibility. And I usually make my hats longer. because I almost always am having either a ponytail or my hair in a bun. My hair is very long. It's like down to my waist. So having it up is very convenient, I guess. I've thought about also potentially trying to get the questions for the Fiber Friends Challenge or whatever it's called. I seen Zach on the Stout Stitch do it. His video is hilarious. I seen Debbie on the Canadian Crotcheter do it. Her video is awesome with her daughter. And I don't know who I'm gonna get to do it with me. My older two daughters probably would just be like, I'm gonna ace this, and they probably would end up acing it because they crochet more than the younger two. So if I did the younger two, it would have to be like the weekend after this weekend, because then they would be home. I was also thinking about, shoot, what else? There was totally something else I was thinking about doing a video for, and now I can't think of it. Dang it, I'm sorry. It's late and I'm sleepy and my meds are totally kicking my butt right now and the pain is kicking my butt right now. If I remember, I'll let you know. Oh, and I've gotten some questions, some requests to show some of my daughter's items. I do need to talk to them about it again. But I would love to be able to do that and share some of that with you. So I am going to try and do something like that also at some point. And yeah. And there's this thing on Instagram right now about like Yarny wishes or something. And, you know, I can't work. I'm waiting for my disability court date right now. So, like, I get pretty much, like, nothing to live on. So, and I'm very new to Instagram, so I don't really know what any of that is about. So if anybody has any, like, suggestions of how I could participate and or like kind of a little blurb explanation of exactly, you know, how that works or whatever, that'd be great. So I guess that's all for this time. I hope everybody's doing great. I know everybody's got their things going on. I've seen a lot of things in people's podcasts recently with the weather changes and stuff, that it's been, you know, kind of rough. I feel ya. Just try and remember that if you need to, just one moment at a time. If you can't do a day at a time, if you can't do an hour at a time, you can do a moment at a time. Yeah. Oh, there's one thing I wanted to show quick. Hold on. And to end this off, for Miss Sonia Jones, here's our grumpy pants. Everybody, have a great day. Have a great evening. Whatever it is, wherever you are. Big hugs. Much love.